Hello, Philip. Welcome to California. Hello, Philip. Philip, can you tell us where you are? Is this Santa Clara College?
Hey Tom, look, there's no.
Hi, Philip. Is that mom on camera? Philip, are we in California? Are we in California? Isn't this better weather than this morning's thunderstorm in Illinois? Yes. Whoa! Pretty neat, isn't it, Philip? Did you know we were on an airplane? You know we flew all the way out here?
Here we are in Sacramento, California.
Come here, Leia. Let me show you the fish. Want to see the fish?
We're at the beach in Emerald Bay, right, Philip? Yeah. Philip fell asleep on the way down.
Yep.
All along the eaves here where the servants lived. Then you had the servants' dining quarters and the kitchen. Now there were an average of around 15 servants here during the summer months. Remember, those were the depression. Eugene, follow me as a man doorknob. You guys make a single file line. We're going to look at one of the...
We are on the trail to Eagle Falls. Philip has crashed.
Keep going, I'll catch you. This is Eagle Falls, just up the trail from the Vikings home. And we're just about ready to head back down the trail to the shore of Emerald Bay and back up the 1 mile trip to the top of the cliffs. There's the bay down below, Lake Tahoe beyond that. And we're parked somewhere above these rocks. And this is the trail from the Vikings home up to the parking lot. 1 mile straight uphill. And there's Melanie. She insisted that she carry Philip.
Philip is still crashed.
And we're about halfway up. Yeah, I hope we could see that person. That's where the trail leads to.
Oh, there's people up there, Tom.
I got him.
People in the blue. Okay, here's one more look from another angle. Here's our parking lot. The trail we went down. And the Vikings home is down there by the beach. And that's the rest of Emerald Bay. And looking north at Lake Tahoe. In Carson City, Nevada.
This is the rest area on Interstate 80. Still about 110 miles west of Salt Lake City. This is looking west towards the mountains in Nevada. And then south along the interstate. Philip enjoying the ride. Look at that smiling boy. That thing. This is the Great Salt Lake Desert, just south of Interstate 80, west of Salt Lake. There's the highway. Facing east. These are the mountains and rocks back to the south.
Great Salt Lake is probably the most unusual and
This is the shore of the Great Salt Lake at Great Salt Lake State Park.
Take your salt ride. He knows so much about it. He's very knowledgeable. You'll really enjoy it. Bro, you have more people coming towards the seagull.
I think the seagull is Utah's state bird. And there are quite a few out here. We're now in Salt Lake City, high up on a hill, standing in front of the Capitol building. This is the old City Hall, now known as Council Hall. Back across the street to the Capitol. There's Melanie and Philip. I'm sure they came over to look at these flowers. Notice today's date, August 1st, in the flowers, next to the welcome. These are little boxes of flowers that they used to change the date every day. This memorial's for the Mormon battalion that fought in 1846 against Mexico. From the steps of the Capitol, we can see a panoramic view of Salt Lake City and the surrounding mountains. We're now walking back down the hill from the Capitol, and this guy was keeping an eye on us. But now that we've passed his yard, I don't think he cares.
The dog came out to check us out.
Now he's coming back towards us. Maybe we're not moving fast enough. Yeah, I think he's gonna let us go. Just a block down from the Capitol. And there are a few interesting homes. Hello, Melanie.
Hi. Philip isn't interested in the house.
Evidently not. Here's one last one. We have no idea who these houses belong to. But we do know that down the hill is the temple. And also down the hill is Melanie and Philip. This is from right across the street. And once again, there's Melanie and sleeping Philip. This is from the visitor center inside the square. Right into the setting sun. There's the visitor center.
John the Baptist at the end there.
Round building there was the tabernacle. And this is another visitor center on the opposite side of the square. Here again is Assembly Hall, the Seagull Monument in front. And back to the visitor center. This is a baptismal font in the South Visitor Center. This is Truman Angell, who was in charge of building the temple. He died shortly before it was finished. And this is me shooting video. And this is in front of the square. It's 10:10 Iowa time. .48 Iowa time. 9:48 here in Salt Lake City. And we got one last shot of the state capitol. And one more view of the city from the Capitol steps. West, south, and east.
Monday morning. And we're east of Salt Lake City. Seeing balloons.
There's going to be a hill on your way here. And next 40 miles. Hey, is it just me or is it bumpier?
It's perfect.
Still on Highway 40 heading east. It's the north side of the road. Down.
Please keep your arms and legs inside the butt. Rocks date from the age of dinosaurs, but many of them were formed by ancient seas and contain no dinosaur fossils. Just one thin layer, lying among the colorful gray, red, and purple hills, has produced the thousands of fossil bones found at the quarry. Inside the dinosaur quarry building,
Smiling at you?
He was.
Dad's got the camera.
So far, I've talked only about plant eaters, and certainly there were more plant eaters than meat eaters. But the largest meat eater of the Jurassic period is Allosaurus. Now, Allosaurus is a favorite, is actually a relative of the dinosaur that is a favorite of many people under 4 feet tall. What I'd like to do is show you a picture of Allosaurus. You all represent here again. Allosaurus lived during that time. But Tyrannosaurus had not yet developed. Tyrannosaurus developed during the Cretaceous period. So we could call Allosaurus the great granddaddy of Tyrannosaurus. Yeah, the largest meat eater of the Jurassic. Now, you guys remember my buddy Brontosaurus? Allosaurus is so much smaller.
There's Melanie, the sleeping Philip. And Melanie's not quite as tall as the thigh bone of the Diplodocus. And this is outside in front of the quarry. I'm just about ready to jump on another shuttle bus and head back. There's Melanie holding on to all our stuff, and Philip. We're now into colorful Colorado. Here's some more shots along Highway 64. We're just east of Rangeley, Colorado. Well, since we were in the neighborhood, I thought we'd stop in on our reservoir. Water looks pretty nice today. Of course, our ranch land is just over that ridge across the reservoir. And back behind this ridge is our silver mines. Hi, Philip. Western Colorado on Highway 13, about 19 miles north of Rifle. It's probably not focusing when you're right next to the window. That's when it screws it up.
We are east of Glenwood Springs, Colorado. Here we have Tom. Here's Philip. Cruising through Colorado.
Not cruising very fast.
Tom is not pleased with the construction. talking to your bunny? Philip learning to blow. Are you telling us a story? Who's behind that bunny? Philip, who's driving? Philip, who's driving the van? Dad. Who's driving? Dad is driving the van. In Vail, Colorado, looking at all the ski runs. Chairlifts. Elevation 11,000 feet.
Eisenhower Tunnel.
In the Eisenhower Tunnel. That's what I'm doing.
Right near the Air Force Academy. And Pikes Peak. flights going in and coming out of this airport. It's also a pretty windy day for flying.
Freeze!
Here, let me take the baby.
Way down below. Now, for some reason, at this point in time, passengers start asking me about the kinds of...
And here's the summit of Pikes Peak. Train we took. And looking east. Colorado Springs. It's drizzly and really cold up here. This is facing south, and the railway that we came up, and part of the road leading back down. Our train's parked right on the other side of that. As far as I can tell, I'm on the highest point in the mountain. There's somebody running back down. Cars coming up. Actually quite a bit of space up here. And the wind's starting to blow more, and it's raining a little harder. More shots looking north. And towards the east again. I think you can see the rain or snow or whatever it is that's coming down.
It's almost
respiratory skin and other minor ailments that they can and
here's one more shot of Pikes Peak. This taken from the high point at the Garden of the Gods. And this is the Balanced Rock. This will be our last stop in the Garden of the Gods before we head back to Denver. And there's Melanie waiting for me to come back. And somewhere in the back is Philip sleeping in the car seat. We now made it to Denver, and this is the state capital. And it's 8:25 Iowa time, so it's 7:25 here. And we're going to follow Melanie up to the steps of the building.
We are 1 mile high.
We're on the 13th step of the west side of the building. It's exactly 5,280 feet.
In Denver, Colorado. I untied my shoe.
And before we go, here's some shots of downtown Denver.
Some more shots of downtown Denver. Hi, Philip. You're cruising through Denver. Give me a smile. Are you blowing at me? And then Tom is at the wheel, cruising along the Denver freeway. Oh no, no hands!
Here we are at the Bear Lake parking area, and we're all ready to take our hike.
We're going there.
And as far as I can figure, we're hiking to the top of this mountain, Flattop Mountain. Not very flat from here. That's Hallett Peak. And this is the rest of the scenery. Cool and cloudy in Estes Park when we got up. But right now the sun's out up here. It's a little bit warmer. Philip, you ready to go? This gives us an idea of where we are. And we're going to hike up to Flattop Mountain. And we're starting out at 9,475 feet. Here's Hallett Peak and Flattop Mountain, reflected in Bear Lake. Flattop Mountain is 12,324 feet. And here's our trail. And there they go. Okay, here's our first rest stop. Only about a half a mile into the trail. There's Melanie and Philip. Here's the trail we came up, go around the corner, and head up this way. Don't turn it on.
It's on. It's going.
Alright, I'm ready. Just wanted to see my heavy pack. This is worse than Philip.
I don't think so.
Here's the trail at about 1.25 miles. No, I mean that's about 3/4 of a mile. We're not moving that fast yet. Still a little less than a mile up. This is off the right side of our trail. Several other people walking on the trail with us. Everybody seems real nice, likes to talk. Even offered to take our picture. One more shot of the trail. We now take a left turn. And we're taking another break first.
Yes.
At the 1 mile point. Philip is just starting to wake up. There he is.
Dad has a camera.
Hello, Philip. Oh. And during our break, we saw a little wildlife. Although I'm waiting to see the bears and the Bigfoots and whatever else is up here.
Someone
This
died.
bird actually stopped right over Melanie's head.
Yeah. Great. I'm going through the woods. I'm going through the trees.
Over 1.5 miles up. Here's Long's Peak. Couldn't have asked for a better day. Bear Lake down below in our parking lot where we started out. Melanie and Philip continued on up the trail, looked for a shady spot to rest. I don't see them. There, I found him. See if I can do this while I'm walking. Not very well. Just about the 2 mile point.
2.
Yeah, 2.
2 miles.
Our water fell down. Not leaking, I hope.
2. 2 miles.
Time for a diaper check.
Dad has the camera. Dad has the camera. 2 miles in an hour and 15 minutes isn't too bad.
Yeah, not bad. We're going uphill.
Afraid I'm gonna run too much in here.
Time to get rid of that sweatshirt, huh?
I'm cold though because I was sweating too much.
Here's our gear lined up on the rocks. There's Philip again. More scenery from our rest stop. Here's where we came up. Here's where we're going. Still like to see more wildlife than this, but birds aren't too bad. Okay, you ready?
Whoa. There's food set.
Philip, you feel better now? That last rest stop was one of the all-time dirty diaper changes. What a great time. But now we're back on the trail and ready to go. I guess you never know when you start, but shorts would have been a much better idea than jeans. Farther up the trail from that viewpoint, we're starting to get a little tired, and pretty soon we'll be coming to timberline, where these trees will stop growing. The last viewpoint was looking at Long's Peak and Hallett Peak. That, I think, is south and southeast. This is looking more north. And we'll look back downhill, down the trail. Actually, here's the trail. And Melanie and Philip taking another break. Here comes Melanie and Philip. We're still in the trees, but they're getting a lot smaller. And as you can see, what appears to be straight across the valley, there's no trees. So any time now, we ought to be moving up into the rocky area above the tree line. Okay, here we go. All right, keep moving.
I can.
Melanie's getting a little tired. And we're heading up over these trees. Now we're just a couple hundred feet farther up. And the trees have pretty much died out. Just these low shrubs left. This is looking north again. There's our trail. Should turn left. And head up this way. And here again you can see the top of Hallett Peak. What's that?
See those legs?
There they are. We're just another couple hundred feet up as Melanie passes a few other hikers. I don't know. There's supposed to be a water pipe up here somewhere, just after we pass the tree line, but I can't find it. See those other hikers are wearing hats? It's breezy and kind of cool up here, but I hope the sun's not going to bake us. Well, we'll keep going. Well, Melanie pointed out the water and I went back for it. Now she's up ahead. We're somewhere over 11,000 feet. And obviously still climbing.
Looking at Long's Peak. We're about 3 miles up the trail. That's Hallett Peak, Flattop Mountain. From Flattop Mountain over, you can see those people. And they're at the Emerald Lake Overlook or Viewpoint. Here on the trail, Tom and Philip.
A little squirrel.
Squirrel was camera shy.
Feeding time for Philip. It's still about a mile to go, so we're going to take a nice long break. there's where we're headed, up these rocks. Very few plants left. At this altitude is the permafrost, where it's frozen all the time, just a couple feet under the ground. And that's why no big trees grow, because there's no room for the roots. Also, as moisture seeps into the cracks in the rocks and then freezes again almost every night, and then of course expands, the rocks break into smaller and smaller rocks. So as we go up, the boulders should turn into smaller rocks. Some of the smaller rocks are piled up like this along the trail. And that marks the trail for hikers in the case of storms, both snowstorms and rainstorms, which evidently blow up awful fast here in the mountains. So at the first sign of bad weather, we're going to turn back.
Tom is heading up the trail. We hope that the top of the mountain is right over there. And there's a group of hikers coming down. We hope we're nearing the top. Some other hikers.
Get those people way up there.
Yep. And the top.
And while we're taking a break, I'll catch some more. This is the view from the opposite side of the mountain from where we started. I believe this is Trail Ridge Road, the highway through the park. There's Melanie and Philip, and we're on top of Flattop Mountain. It's an awful lot longer to climb than I thought it was gonna. And we are dead tired from the altitude and carrying the packs. Melanie stopped up there with some other hikers. This is the 4.5 mile point on our trail. As soon as we rest, we'll head back down. This is the rest of the summit of Flattop. You can see how it's got its name. It is pretty flat from up here. I'm right above this big patch of snow. Just over this ridge are the jagged rocks that we could see from the bottom that appeared to be the top of Flattop, or what I thought was at the time. See, it just kind of slopes off into the valley. This is the ridge that appeared to be the top of Hallett's Peak. Peak over the top of Hallett Peak. Here's the actual summit of Hallett Peak. Also the glacier you can see from the bottom. Try to cover up the microphone to see if I can stop that wind. Standing here with Melanie now, just looking up the trail. We're looking west. Oh, Melanie corrected me, now I'm looking west. That points the way out, Bear Lake, 4.4 miles. Is it? So Melanie said we're right on the Continental Divide. Some close-up shots of the top of Flattop Mountain. There's Melanie and Philip. Feeling any better?
Yes.
Now that you made it?
Now that I just have to go down.
Yeah. Hopefully it's going to be a heck of a lot easier. There they go, back down the trail. Now we'll see how long it takes us to get down. 3:57 Iowa time. 2:57 here on Flattop Mountain. People on top of Hallett's Peak. There's my lens cap flopping in the air. Melanie and Philip are going to rest down the trail a ways. I'm still up near the top. Trail we came up goes down this way and around the backside of Flattop Mountain. From right around that corner there up to where Melanie is, you can see her real small there, and up the rocks in front of me and up towards the top. Seemed to take forever. But we made it. Hi Melanie, hi Philip.
We're happy because we're on the way down.
Long way to go yet.
At least it's down.
Yeah. Trying to catch some more scenery here. Actually a few little puddles of water here. And right up the hill from that, big patches of snow. Just messed up the camera a little bit, and so I shot this again to make sure that I talk about how much farther it is over the top of this horizon than it actually looks. It took a long time to get up over the top. We felt like quitting quite a few times, but we didn't. From up near the top, where I'm standing appeared to be the corner around what I'm calling the back of the mountain. But as you can tell, it's much farther down yet. Probably around here. I hope. Melanie and the other hikers are looking for little animals. They've been running around, hoping to get some pictures. Quite a difference from the barren land above the timberline to the trees down below. So we're rounding the corner, a little bit up from the rocks that I thought we'd go around. Just shows how much attention I paid on the way up. Behind us. Melanie's having some real dirt in the eye contact lens problems, so we stopped for quite a while right after I shut the camera off last time, and I just realized that we are in the exact same spot that we stopped to feed Philip at, which I thought was farther down the trail yet. We're actually farther down than I thought we were. We're stopping here on the way down because we didn't stop on the way up. This is the 1,200 foot drop down to Emerald Lake. It was windy a second ago. See, we're still above tree line. There goes Melanie. Shrubs are getting bigger again, so we must be getting closer to the tree line. Still going down. A couple hundred feet down from the last shot. Seems like it's taking a long time. Now we're just down around the next turn. See, there's a couple other people stopping at the water pipe. I think we'll fill up our canteen. I'll probably go down a little farther into the shade and take a break. About to head down into the trees. We're probably about halfway down. Here's where we're heading. I think that's our parking lot. After that, I can find it. I also think this is Estes Park. Trees are getting a little bigger. Well, once again, I badly miscalculated, and we're not even close to the place. Well, we might be close, but we haven't gotten to the place I wanted to stop. Melanie's going to take her contacts out and not put on her glasses because she doesn't have them with us, and go the rest of the trip blind. And we just got Philip to be quiet. Well, now we got the pack open. I'm gonna have something to eat and drink. Here we are again at the 2 mile point, where we took a break, changed a dirty diaper, and we're gonna head back down. It's taking us longer to come down than I thought it was gonna. We took 1 or 2 long breaks. Here again's the view. Now the sun's behind us and shining on the trees. It really looks bright. There's the lot. There's still hope we might make it. And right there, partially covered by the trees, is our van. But I can't zoom in any closer. So we'll zoom out, show you just how far away it still is. One more time. There they are ahead of me. And I'm trying to film as I walk. A little shaky. We're inside the last mile. One last view of Bear Lake. The parking area is hidden in the trees. And to tell you the truth, I'm not even sure where. I think off to the left of the lake. And back up into the mountains. And Long's Peak again. This will really be the last shot of Bear Lake. So we're finally down from the mountain and on our way home. Taking us almost exactly 9 hours. We really had a great trip. Melanie encountered altitude problems pretty early. Philip had a terrible dirty diaper. And Melanie ripped her pants. And we both almost died before we got to the top. On the way back down, Melanie had some terrible contact problems. Had to go about the last 3 miles with no contacts, no glasses. And Philip's about an hour and a half overdue for eating, at least. And I've about had enough myself. More mountains. But this time from our hotel room. One more picture of me and red-faced Philip. Oh, show me sunburn. Philip got a pretty bad sunburn up on the mountain. Should have had his hat. Although he did park on our way out of town. And here's one last look at the mountain we climbed. Right in the middle is Hallett's Peak. And to the right of that is the glacier. And then just to the right of that is Flattop Mountain. You can see on top of Flattop, we're almost near the summit, the big patches of snow that we went right by on the way to the top. As you leave Estes Park, the highway follows the Big Thompson River through Big Thompson Canyon. Here's a little more Big Thompson Canyon. Okay, everybody smile.